They say who you are is fixed, a mold stamped early and forever, that your story, your identity, is set in concrete, locked tight. But is it really? Have you ever felt trapped inside a version of yourself that no longer fits, like a suit 2 sizes too small, strangling your breath and stealing your fire? That knot in your gut, that restless shadow in your chest? It's the signal of a soul screaming for change. Maybe you built your life around things that no longer serve you. The role you took because it was expected, the label you wear because nobody dared to ask who you really want to be. The problem isn't just discomfort. It's death by 1,000 tiny compromises, day after day, until whatever passion, purpose, or potential you had got buried under layers of convenience and fear. You know who's telling your story for you? The system, society's invisible prison guards, the comfort peddlers who spin the world as freedom, but hand you a script to follow. Here's the brutal truth. Real freedom doesn't come with permission slips or rule books. It demands a reckless, ruthless, relentless pivot of something deeper than your job title, your LinkedIn profile, or the neat boxes others shove you into. It's about pivoting your identity, your core self, with precision, not just spinning in circles or putting on masks. Because pivoting your identity isn't just a fresh start or a slick new brand, it's a revolution inside. It's stripping away every should that smothered you, every lie you believed about your limits. It's admitting that yes, the past shaped you, but it doesn't own you. You get to rewrite the code of who you are, and here's the kicker. If done with precision, it reshapes your entire fate. Right now, you're standing at a crossroads forged in fire. Behind you, the chains of who you used to be, worn from years of quiet surrender. Ahead, uncharted terrain, where raw, unfiltered power pulses beneath the surface. The edge, the place where real creation happens. But pivoting into that space, a true pivot of identity, means tearing down the old self with surgical accuracy. Not a reckless identity makeover fueled by desperation, but a calculated, almost brutal honesty with yourself that cuts through the noise. It demands brutal clarity about what no longer serves, and an unyielding commitment to what will ignite the future inside you. Here's the hard truth many shy away from. Identity isn't built on comfort zones or borrowed titles. It's forged in the fire of loss, failure, sacrifice, and above all, the raw hunger to become more than the world expects of you. Anyone who's ever dared to step into that arena knows it's terrifying to leave behind everything familiar. But here's what separates those who merely drift through life from those who dominate it. The ones who move with precision don't just rebirth themselves anew, they align every piece of who they are with a new, clearer vision of power and purpose. You have the answer inside you. The part of yourself the world tried to silence because it's dangerous, unpredictable, radical. Maybe it's been dormant for too long, but it's there, and magnetic, drawing you to something bigger, something real. It's the spark that refuses to be extinguished no matter how much society tells you to settle. Because that quiet, unbearable tension inside you is not defeat, it's destiny knocking. To pivot your identity with precision, start by demolishing your own myths. Look at the stories you tell yourself about who you are, and don't just question them, obliterate the ones that chain you. Are you the good worker who's afraid to challenge the system? The dependable leader who fears losing control? The quiet thinker who hides from conflict because comfort feels safer? Those roles aren't you, they're prisons. The real you is the part that's willing to bleed to be free. So strip away the labels that suffocate. Next, sharpen your vision with laser focus. What is the one irreversible truth about who you want to become? Not fluff, not broad statements about success, but a crystal clear image that grips your core and refuses to let go. This vision cannot be borrowed, nor safe. It must feel uncomfortable, even scary, because only then is it authentic. A magnet strong enough to pull your entire being into transformation. Write it down. Speak it like your life depends on it, because it does. Then, forge precision allies. This is not about finding your tribe of cheerleaders who mirror your comfortable ideas. It's about aligning yourself with the few others who burn as fiercely as you do, those who demand more, not less, from themselves and from the world. These rare connections are the hidden infrastructure the system forgot. They provide brutal feedback, deep breakthroughs, and synergistic power no rebel can afford to live without. Surround yourself with those sparks. Build your autonomous network. No dilution, no compromise. Now comes the deepest, scariest part. Unlearning everything the world drilled into you. The rules, the compromises, the truths that said ambition is greedy or rebellion is reckless. Unlearn the polite lies that mask your fire. The moment you stop repeating society's script, you reclaim the unshackled individual code, the power that refuses convenience, rejects complacency, and cuts through mediocrity like a blade. This is not a gentle process. It's a battle royale in your mind and soul, and you will lose some versions of yourself along the way. But here's the secret no one else will tell you. This shedding is the crucible of sovereign will. The fuel for a life no longer borrowed but boldly claimed. When you pivot your identity this way, with surgical honesty, ruthless discipline, and the right connections, you don't just survive in the world. You conquer it. You become the force that the old system fears but can't stop, the rare signal that redefines how the future is built. This pivot doesn't erase your past, it redeems it. All the pain, all the failures, the sacrifices, they become the solid foundation beneath your new self. The world won't tell you that your scars are power, but now you know better. Every wound carries an edge if you sharpen it right. You don't discard your story, you overhaul it, with purpose and precision. Still, understand this. Change like this requires patience. Not the impatient, hopeful kind, but the brutal, iron-willed patience of someone who knows that eternity favors those who play the long game. Pivoting your identity isn't a magic trick. It's a high-stakes journey. Don't rush it. Don't cheapen it. The world is full of quick fixes that gaslight you into thinking transformation is a one-night stand. It isn't. It's a brand new lifetime. And once you've pivoted, once you've seized your identity with exacting purpose, you don't trade it for comfort again. You live it ruthlessly. You own your sovereignty like a weapon. Every choice, every risk, every alliance aligns back with this new truth. Because the old world wants to seduce you back. The old world profits from your compliance. But you aren't here to serve comfort or conformity. You're here to become a blazing example that individuality, radical difference, and precision-led transformation are the only real paths forward. So, when the noise of doubt creeps in, and it will, remember this. You are not a mistake. You are not misaligned by accident. You are the rare signal, the misunderstood fire, the source code for something far beyond the tired narratives that enslave billions. The system failed to build a home for you, but you don't need a home, just a sharp enough vision and the will to carve new territory from the chaos. Now is not the time to wait for permission or understanding. Now is the moment to pivot with precision. To shed the old self like a snake skins the rough edges of last season's mistakes. To reclaim your sovereignty, rewrite your code, and remake your reality. This isn't about fitting in or catching up. It's about standing out so fiercely that the world has no choice but to bend to your will. Because that's what precision really means. Not random change, but deliberate, unrelenting transformation. A transformation born from fire, sharpened by pain, radiating with the power of the liberated individual. If you feel that unbearable tension inside, the one that screams you were meant for more, it's not a curse, it's a call. A call to pivot with precision and show the world what true freedom looks like. You're ready. The fire is waiting. And the pivot you need isn't somewhere out there. It's inside. It's time to set it free.